well, this was your debut album,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Moment of Truth.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that album and the process that you went through in making that album.
Yeah. You know, that's when making. I heard one artist say, "It's no album like your first album. Like you can never." You can never top your first album. Now there are people that think that Open Book is better than The Moment of Truth, but it's one of those things where it's there's no industry involved.
Yes.
It's one of those things where I had like most of it, like 6 or 7 of the records done, the songs done already. So it's like everything's real pure.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you will hope that you maintain that purity throughout the rest of the albums. It's just so many new things to navigate through once you start putting out more albums. You follow me? More expectations, more industry. You follow me? Just more to work through. So that album there is probably most dear to me, and Open Book. Between that and Open Book, in terms of having just secured a place in my heart, like my affections. You know what I'm saying? Are my passions are all wrapped up in that particular album. My personal life is wrapped up into that album. Like, this was just when I was like roaming the streets and talking to Muslims and talking to Hebrew Israelites and in heavy discussions and dialogue with different people, that different non-believers, and it's just one of those albums where that was really like as I was getting off the elevator train, which is like the tube, I guess out here. When I was getting off the elevator train, stuff would be coming to me from a conversation I just got out of. So it's just one of those albums that I would say maybe like just my purest work. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea, like it's the rest of my albums weren't pure. But just in terms, I didn't have anything to work through. I was just writing raps. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about an album. When he told me to record, I already had the songs, a lot of them.
How hard is it to maintain that? Because I know artists, if you go through the catalogs, like the artist catalogs, and you see the change, and how maybe they've been influenced by different things, industry pressure, marketing, and all the stuff that goes with industry. How hard is it to keep that and I don't know, keep your own integrity, if you want to use that word?
Well, for me, from time to time it can be hard, but I think that because I have the right reinforcements, like I'm surrounded by the right people, I'm connected and plugged into a solid, church, where I'm constantly just held accountable as a Christian. Because I think that at the end of the day, it boils down to your Christianity. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the sincerity of your heart as a believer typically will bleed over into your music. You know what I'm saying? When there is the psalmist says that God desires truth in the innermost parts. You know what I'm saying? That's just the idea. That holds the idea of integrity. You know what I'm saying? Just through and through. And so I think that God continues to keep me grounded as a believer first. Because before I'm an artist, I'm a Christian. And he keeps even the people that are on my management, like even my team is like, my Jesse Uplift group and my DJ and like, my road management and like all the people in my life, even aside from just my local church community, aside from my father in the faith, aside from my wife, and aside, like even my team, because that's what you find. Oftentimes you find people have, all the right things on this side. They got the right church, they got the right this, the right discipler. But then when you look at their teams, their record company, it's like there's a lack of integrity. There's a break. You follow me? And so, but I think in my world, like integrity is streamlined. It's across the board. And so I think that as a result, that and obviously personal relationship with the Lord, those are the things that continue to keep me level-headed and grounded and sober and focused, ministry focused.
I like that, bro, because just being a DJ, you see so many artists come through and they get caught up in just the things of the industry. So what you're saying about being accountable and people have integrity around you, there's probably people listening who aspire to maybe be in ministry through their music, through their rapping, through their singing, and maybe they need to hear that it is about accountability, it is about being having the right people around you and not get caught up in the things of the industry. Do you know what I mean? So that's good. Okay, shall we play one of the tracks from your debut album? Shall we go with it?
Yeah, can I say one more thing?
Go ahead,
I'm going to say one more thing. it's also important that people, and this is for me as well, that you don't take your cue from the world, because like if there's a heavy dosage of MTV, heavy dosage of secular hip hop magazines,
Yes.
and you're trying to like
Imitate that.
exactly like you're determining what your philosophy of ministry is going to be. You know, your philosophy of industry is going to be based on what you see in these magazines, what you see in these videos, when you watch these interviews, because all of that influences us. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, also is getting your cue from the right places. You know what I'm saying? And that is getting your cue from the scriptures. You know what I mean? Getting your cue from the disciples. That's one of the things that has set us apart as a ministry, I think, is we literally just looked at the lives of the disciples and says, okay, our ministry should look like this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so that became the teeth of our success. And so anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there. It's important to not get your cue from the world. That was a problem with the Corinthian church, but draw from the wisdom of God and develop as you develop, you know, your idea of just your philosophies of ministry and industry. So,
That's good, bro. Like you say, when people are looking to the